Hello, beautiful collective. If you are seeing this, I do trust that this is finding you at the perfect time. My name is Farrah. You're watching 12th House Tarot, and either a portion of this reading or the whole reading itself will resonate for you. Always use your own discernment. My readings are always timeless, but I always intend for them to find you when you need to hear the message. All right, so I just want to see, Spirit, what do you have today for the collective? What does this collective need to know? And what does this collective need to hear? Okay, I have the High Priestess at the bottom of my deck, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there is something here about opportunities or trusting the inner dialogue about an opportunity coming in. Okay, you could have already received this, but I do feel like this is an offering that you don't see coming. Maybe on an intuitive level, you know that things are really about to change for you, or you're looking for change. So it's like you are sort of ready to go, but you may not know how this ready to go energy is really going to manifest in your life. You may not know where to go. You just know that you are ready to go. Okay. And I think there could be a lot of focus on maybe things that are consuming your thoughts. Maybe you're really hyper focused on already what's occurred. Maybe feeling a bit nervous about change. There could be something about stagnancy or monotony in your life. I feel as though you know it's time to get moving, or it's time to switch up what you're doing. This could be within work. This could be within a relationship. Okay, I have the Five of Cups that came out. There could be a lot of heavy energy, potentially some overthinking, sadness for some of you, potentially feeling like you get really depressed, maybe within the change of the seasons. Like there is something here about maybe like a seasonal shift going on. But you're not seeing that there's something really bright and really beautiful coming in for you. And I think this is within the physical because we have the Ace of Pentacles. So I think that you could be given a gift or an opportunity to really switch up your schedule or switch up the way that you've been thinking. I feel like I'm getting a message that you already know something about somebody and you're just waiting for them to tell you about this. Or you are waiting on an answer from someone. There may be like some upsetting news that you've received, and Spirit's going to clarify with you how you getting this upsetting news was a good thing. They're going to replace it with something much better. Death and transformation just flipped over. And this is all about significant endings and significant beginnings, okay? So this could be about leaving someone or something behind and starting something brand new. You really do see this here on this Four of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles that I pulled initially. So there really is a lot of change and transformation going on, potentially not wanting to see the truth of something. Like I said, you could have received knowledge or wisdom about someone's character or some truth about them, and you sort of don't want to look at this. But Spirit is saying that this is the best thing for you because something brand new is going to be birthed from this potential loss of a relationship or potential clearing out of energies, because now you know that you can no longer be with this person or you can no longer continue down the same path. I even had the Magician, okay, at the bottom of my deck. So there's something very spiritual about this whole entire message or about this whole entire energy. I think you could be recognizing that your intuition at this time is really heightened and you're very conscious of the efforts that you're putting forth in your life and the ability for you to manifest your own reality. Maybe you could have been trying to fix a relationship for a very long time on a spiritual level. Like maybe you're trying to do the inner work on yourself in order to show up differently to this relationship, or maybe to change this person's mind. You thought that you were the issue, but I think Spirit is letting you know that you're not the issue and this situation is sort of out of your control. So you're going to be given something much better that feels way more well suited for your path and what you do desire at this time. It's like you're changing on a fundamental level, okay? I really strongly do feel that today. Definitely something, though, about the intuition and co-creating with the universe. Like I feel like you're very much so enveloped in your spiritual path right now. I do trust, though, that if our energies or our frequencies are aligning for you to see this message, we're sort of on that same wavelength where we try to change ourselves before we change other people. or showing up differently. We hope that other people will show up differently. And sometimes it's a bit lonely. You could be feeling just a bit lonely. That's what this Five of Cups could really symbolize here. Walking the spiritual path alone and noticing that not everyone else does the same thing. Okay, I have the Around Summer, the Justice card, and the Admire card coming out. Okay, so there could have been a situation within the summertime where this is just significant for the changing of the seasons. And there really is going to be some form of balance restored in your life because of a specific situation that's occurred in the past. And someone else really will come in and show you all their appreciation for you in replace of this other person. Okay, I almost feel like you're missing out on the love and assistance from other people in your life, or you are hoping to get it from someone else and they didn't provide that for you. But Spirit is saying that the gift, the physical gift that's coming in with this Ace of Pentacles, it's going to make you feel really admired. And if anything, someone's going to be complimenting what you're doing or recognizing that all your efforts are not in vain. Okay, so there is something here about you changing and you getting some form of appreciation for this, or someone else could see the effort that you're putting in. Bottom of my deck is the Sneaky card. So there really could have been something about seeing the truth of a situation, seeing that someone was hiding something from you. If you see on this Death card, she's hiding her child's face. Like there is something here about not wanting to look into the light. That could even be what this Summer card is. It's like she's staring so blatantly into the sun. It's like there is something that's undeniable now. And there's going to be a major change when it comes to the truth of this matter, okay? Especially with Justice coming out. Like if this is something that involves a legal matter or something that involves documentation, I do feel like this is going to be settled. But this is all because you're now feeling a bit lonely, okay? It's like you're moving through this now, turning a blind eye, just focusing on the internal, just focusing on the spiritual side of things. But you're about to be presented with some form of a gift. Music could be really significant for you at this time. Maybe going back to the drawing board and listening to old songs. You could feel like you need to revisit an old energy in order to move through this current energy. So old hobbies, old things, old patterns, to allow you to feel more present in your body and accept the fact that this person's no longer going to be walking down the same path as you, something like that. But I do feel like something much better is coming in to replace this, okay? This truth will not be the end-all be-all for you. I got my ignoring card. Yeah, what was I just saying? There's something here about turning your head, okay? There could actually be an energy of someone ignoring you. Maybe you recognize that someone's ghosting you or someone is leaving you unread. Potentially someone is avoiding messaging you back or giving you a significant answer. And I think this underlying message here is that they don't have the answer that you're looking for, or you know the truth and they're not going to give you the answer that you want. So Spirit is going to give you the answer somewhere else. I literally have talking shit at the bottom of my deck here. So I think you could actually recognize that this person maybe doesn't have the best intentions. Like I have this Sneaky card here. Like there is something about moving in silence, not looking at the situation 100%, feeling like you're not seeing something. Okay, you're focusing on other things, knowing that something else is going on. Very interesting. And for some of you, other relationships in your life could be getting involved in this or could have a lot to say about what's going on. And that's why you feel so lonely. It's like the energy around you may be rather lively, but you don't feel like you could vibe with that energy. Okay, potentially there is a lot of gossip going on or a lot of people who have a lot to say about you and your path. Okay, I think though this is going to be sort of a rebirth moment when it comes to who you are on a soul level. And you really feel like you're transforming. The relationships around you are transforming, and someone insignificant can no longer walk down this path with you. Okay, and this is because they've hidden the truth from you, or you're now recognizing their lack of concern for you or their ignorance is not something that you deserve. Okay, like you're going to be gifted by the universe, as I keep saying, with someone who really does admire you, with someone who's really aligned with you. Even on a spiritual and a soul level, in some weird way, I always felt like the magician and the high priestess were spiritual counterparts, because this talks about the physical and the esoteric, and this talks about all facets of life and consciousness. So they both talk about consciousness, seen and unseen, in a masculine and in a feminine sort of manifestation of that. So I do feel like this is maybe what you're going to be gifted with, is someone who meets you on a spiritual and a soul level. Very interesting energy. So let's see, any messages for this collective spirit to wrap this up? We have take time to breathe out, okay? And we have be bold and make the first move. Yeah, so there may be something here where you have to physically cut cords or cut ties with someone. Maybe you're the one that has to be the one to walk away from this. I feel like this is the state of contemplation before this has already occurred, okay? Because I don't have any of my action cards coming out today. I feel like there's no movement in this situation, which may be why there's a bit of this monotony and sadness and sort of stagnancy going on, because it's sort of like the calm right before the storm here, and spiritually asking you to take some time to think about whether or not you want to walk away from this person. I think you're going to choose to do so because of an offer or an opportunity or something or someone better. I really do feel like this collective is ready to close up an old cycle and an old chapter, and receive positive energy now from the universe, sort of recognizing that you have sort of felt abandoned from this person, and this person can't be, dipping out at one moment and coming back when it's convenient and when it's right for them. So I do feel like you're going to get really discerning with your next steps moving forward in a relationship, because you're transforming on such a soul level, and because you're recognizing that this person's ignorance or this person not answering you or sort of leaving you out to dry is not something that you deserve, and justice is going to be restored because you're going to take your power back, essentially. So this is wonderful energy. I think this is essentially the message, so I'm trying to leave it here. But I really hope that this resonated for you. And if anything, just know that rejection is divine protection. So don't overthink this. Don't think that you're making the wrong moves. If you feel like on a soul level, this person's making you feel worse or is not supporting you. And please let me know. Share your testimonies. Leave a comment, leave a like, or a subscribe if you feel so called to. If you want to book a personal reading, I have my Etsy linked down below. I do personal readings there. And if not, I'm just glad that you tapped in and gave it a listen if you did. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day or night whenever you're seeing this.